Thank you so much for being here today, and it's a privilege to have worked with the entire team. And we would have loved to have Tasleel as
Definitely.
well today, but nevertheless, he's got his core team members here, and we're glad to have you. Maybe what drove you to real estate is a great way to start the conversation. By maybe just introducing yourself and saying what drove you to the real estate business.
I was, okay. It's a kind of a very funny story, but definitely gave me an insight to the real estate world. I was never into a working space at all. I was a homemaker throughout. It's only after my son finished his 10th, I said, okay, now it's time that I fly, okay? And I started off with real estate just as a BD calling person. Then I started learning, got into transactions. And thanks to Raghavendra, my colleague over here, he's mentored me a lot. And the more you learn about real estate and a woman in a man's world, that is something that I really liked. So yeah, lots to learn and get to meet a lot of new people. So that's the most interesting part.
Very rightly said, a woman in a man's world. And fortunately, we are seeing a lot of women at leadership roles, currently very senior leadership roles, at various spaces that we are finding people getting into, and various dimensions of the real estate, be it the residential, commercial, retail, consulting. There's so much that's happening. Very rightly said, a woman in a man's world. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it's a great learning experience, and no 2 days are alike for
very much
for all of us in the real estate space. You know. Okay, now how many years you've been in the real estate space?
Must be 5-6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
Okay. If there's something that is a key takeaway from this whole process of learning, for anyone who's probably looking at joining the real estate or who's still waiting to see whether it's the right space in commercial leasing to come into, because you all are specialized in that, what would that 1 or 2 core things that you think they have to be careful about, or maybe they should be excited about, whatever, in whatever context you would want to put it?
There's one thing I can say is learning is there, one. Careful about never discuss with anyone till the closures happen. That is what I say. Not even with your colleagues.
Yeah, right.
So that's when your clientele list is gone.
Yeah.
So nothing much else, just that learning, be careful, and always think of growing, the next level. So I think that's the only take I can just say.
Trisha has in fact been associated with us, I think, over, closely minimum 2 decades now, since I think one of the oldest transactions of what we have done in commercial space was done, transacted, or they all are a catalyst to that. Over the years, yes, the industry has metamorphed, has moved into something different in the way people look at an office space.
Yep.
Was there any feedback from clients as to, from what it used to be earlier, what like the checklist, to what current checklist they have, or when you finalize a space or shortlist a space during your tenure, or I'm sure if people working with you like Raghavendra or Tasleel, who's probably been much more years in this real estate space, have they felt there's a change in the way people want from a real estate space and how they look at that real estate space? Is there any change in that check boxes?
See, after COVID, to be very frank, I think a lot of changes happened after COVID. Okay, till then everything was going nice and everything. Now it's more of hybrid, The clients come, they need the comfort, they need the space. Pricing matters.
Absolutely. That India is a price sensitive market, so there's no 2 ways to it.
Yeah, so they want all the comfort, they want everything at the beck and call, but the pricing is something that after COVID, I feel there is a lot of clients are not very good at pricing, is what I feel. So till then it was okay, there was one standard line which was going. So after COVID, that's the issue, is what I feel.
So yeah, so kind of our reading that it's a highly price sensitive market, and I think the value for every penny is is much higher today.
Yes.
Today people, not that they don't want to put the money on the table, but they know the value of the money put on the table. So the demand from a mediator to the transaction to the builder or the property owner is much higher today compared to what it used to be. Right. And coming to what our association with HM is, so right. So what are the 3 good things that you would like to say about HM? Let me put it like that. So you have nothing bad to say about us, right?
There's nothing bad to say about you. But you, for the first person, I'll tell you, I've interacted with you most of the time with the HM. Very lovely, very warm.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And yes, more to do with HM. Closures more and get more of commission.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I feel you've been very, very kind to us and approachable, and it was really good to have dealt with HM.
If there's something, because you all of course deal with a variety of properties and different builders and property owners. So if there's something that we would have to look at improvising ourselves in offering our consumers something better, in our probably from a design perspective, maybe a fit out perspective, or just the delivery part of it, of how we handle. Is there 1 or 2 things that you would like to let us know about it?
I would definitely want to talk about, about this building, the fit outs are really good, but couple of HM buildings, the old ones, I think it needs a little bit of the fit out changes and all that. So this is my personal point of view. Otherwise, Tasleel sir is the one who deals with you people. He'll be the first person to.
Oh yeah. He gives direct straight.
Yeah, exactly.
He gives it to us.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
He's one fine gentleman who has been doing this always with us.
Yes.
He never hesitates to call a spade a spade.
Very true.
That's nice. See, sometimes what happens is we look at the world through the eyes of the partner. And it's so very important that we get the truth of what the situation and what the likes and dislikes of the customer is. And this is a great, and we see it through the hands of and eyes of the partner. So it's so important that feedback comes to us. And this whole exercise of having an open house and having a partner connect, it's more of a partner connect, to also introduce you all to the various team members of HM, some of them are in the forefront, a lot of them are at the back end, so we want all of them to be known to the people, and also to know what are other projects in our portfolio which is there. And sometimes, other than just the transaction, it's important to take few minutes out.
Yes, I totally agree.
And to spend time and just have chai pe charcha.
Oh, anytime.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And it is definitely a pleasure being here. And to many more of closures with the HM.
Yes, absolutely. Let 2025 rock.
Yes.
And let's do a lot more.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.